So we've just rigged the car up, and I'm going to take you for a little bit of a drive and give you an overview of what the car's like to drive in. So just show you this camera, which comes on up until 30 kilometers an hour. So that was just me pulling out of my driveway. When I get up to 30, you'll see it turns off. I don't have sound or anything on at the moment, just because we're driving around. My son's filming this, and I got the GoPro looking at the speedo. Acceleration's pretty good in this car. It's just a little bit in this area here. We're in my estate at the moment, so I want to give you a bit of a rundown of the cruise control module as well, and how that all works, and how the lane change and everything works. So you'll see a little bit of that on your screen at the moment, but I'm just going to try and drive us to somewhere that's a little bit more open, and you'll see everything a bit better, because at the moment where I live, we've just built a house and there's lots of houses around and everything's still under construction, so the roads aren't great. So I'll try and get somewhere where you can see a little bit more. As you can see, it's probably not picking up lanes and everything that well. That's because where we are, there are no lane markings. I'm just about to come into a lane marked area now. You can see it's picked up that road straight away. So when it goes green, that means that it's seen the line markings, it knows where it needs to be, and it's keeping you centered in that. I have lane center keeping on the lowest sensitivity. So at the moment, if I take my hands off the wheel, the car will center itself in the lane. I don't have to worry about doing that. You'll see after a while, I'll do that again, after a while you get a warning that says hold steering wheel. The system does know when you're not holding the steering wheel, so it will tell you, like it's doing right now. And we're coming to a corner here, so it's going to try and really warn me that I need to hold on. Do that. If you don't put your hands back on the steering wheel, it's not going to stop the car or anything, but what it does do is it disables the lane center keeping. So you won't be able to use that function anymore, which means if you're relying on it, you're just going to veer off the road. So just driving around. I'll show you down here. You've got your active cruise is active at the moment. If I flick that again, it goes into the traffic jam assist mode. They're both very similar. Traffic jam assist, so the book says, gives you a little bit more activity at the lower speeds. It also controls the steering and keeps you within the lane, whether you have lane control, lane center keeping active or not. It will do that on traffic jam assist. So just like I said, we're in lockdown at the moment, so it's probably not the busiest time to be on the roads to be able to test all the features for the cruise control and everything like that. But in saying that, there's not much I can do about that. I'm coming up behind a truck at the moment, so this will be interesting on the screen. What you're going to see in a second is it's going to pick that truck up, which it has now, and as I get closer, that truck's going to get closer. You'll see that on the screen. So it can tell the difference between trucks, bicycles, motorbikes, cars, and it will give you a different image to display. So cruise isn't active at the moment. You can see I'm getting those LCK exit warnings. That's basically saying it's losing the road and to make sure that I'm taking control of the car. So I'm going to turn that cruise control on now. You can see now that truck's flashing different colours, and that's telling me that it's going to try and get me back into a green area on that. There it is now on the green, which is basically saying that's a safe distance. If I manually overtake, it's going to disable the cruise. But if I get closer now, you'll see that that truck is orange, red, and it's going to slow me right down and back right off it. Now you see, we're in an 80 zone at the moment, and I'm just coming into a new speed zone of 60. It's going to give me a warning to adjust the speed. I've just touched the dial down, and I'm now down to 65 automatically my cruise control. I have a 5% sensitivity, a 5 km/h sensitivity set. And it's picked up to the speed 60 and set me to 65. So it's still seeing that truck in front of us there. Truck's slowing down, so the car's now going to slow down automatically. Now, truck is now leaving on a different lane, so it's gone, and I'm turning a different way. I've braked the car there because there's no cars in front of me at the traffic lights. The cruise control system is still active and waiting. I just have to hit the resume button and it will take off again. Just wait for this red light. Right, so I'm green light, ready to go. Off we go again. I'll put it into sports mode and I'll just give you a bit of an acceleration here. So you can see. 120, we're going to get a warning to say that we're over speed. This car, with this transmission, can easily handle most speeds. By the way, it's saying I'm 60 at the moment. I'm not. I'm in 110 zone. It just didn't pick up because we turned right onto a road where there wasn't a sign. It hasn't picked that up. So I'll put that cruise control system back on. Now, cruise can go up and down in 5 km/h increments, as you can see, but it's also linked to the speed signs like you saw. So again, if I try and come out here, it's going to vibrate my steering wheel, go red, and it's just throwing me back into the lane by itself. I'll show you that again, different camera. We're out of the lane. It's going to vibrate the wheel and kick me back in automatically. Got a car coming up in front here. It's seen that car, it's slowing right down. We're at a roundabout and we're going to stop. The car's going to come now to a full stop, or almost full stop. Car in front went. So, when you're leaving the traffic lights or roundabout or whatever, you can just put your foot on the accelerator to go, and that cruise control will then automatically, you take your foot off the accelerator, it will automatically restart, which is what it's just done there. So, if I put my foot on the accelerator now, it disables the cruise control. I take my foot off the accelerator, cruise is reactivated automatically. There's no pushing buttons or anything like that. There's that steering wheel warning. I'll just let that go so you can see it. It's just going to beep higher and higher and higher. Just like that, and now it's going to disable it. It's going to tell us to adjust our speed again. Just turn around here. Definitely no problem with power in these cars. They've got plenty of it. It's a 2-litre turbo, something like 150 kilowatts. So there's definitely no turbo lag or hesitation. It's actually a pretty good performing SUV, and it seems to be paired really well with the dual clutch transmission. Turn up, going back up like a rural back road here. So I've just hit a pretty big bump there. Sometimes what I was trying to do is get it to activate. It has like a G sensor in this car, which if you hit a bump too hard, it will flash the hazards and give you a bit of a warning, but I couldn't set it off that time. Cornering's perfect in it. You have a lot of reviews people saying that they find it a bit soft and the cornering not great. I don't know what these people are expecting in SUVs. They are car reviewers though, so they're probably used to harder suspension and that really tight cornering. But if you're looking for a comfortable SUV, this is certainly up there. And I have the steering at the moment set to the sports mode. The car's obviously in sports mode, so it certainly feels fine to me. Unfortunately, I haven't yet had an incident where the automatic braking system has applied. The crash avoidance system for either pedestrian, bicycle, or car, or any object. I haven't had it. I've had warnings that I'm getting too close, but I haven't actually had brakes applied or anything like that for that system, which is a bit disappointing. I'd like to test that out, but in saying that, it's probably not a good idea to really test that system. It's there so that it can't be tricked. So I suppose the good thing about it is that there are no close calls, even though I've even put the car in situations where you would probably say I'm pushing it too far. It still hasn't activated, which I mean is good. It means you're not going to get too many falses. You'll see the road bends on the screen with the road as well. Now this little display here is also on the heads-up display too, so I can see that. Coming up behind a truck here. Again, I'm in a 100 zone. It's just that it hasn't seen a speed sign for a while, so it's still on our old 80. Okay, we're linked into the truck now. It's going to pull us right back. Now you can probably see here, or maybe not, there's a 50 sign saying 50 ahead, and then we actually come to a 40 area. The black signs warning you that we're going into a speed change area will not set off the speed detection, only the ones with the red ring around them. So the actual speed will set off the speed change. So again, that's automatically linked me back to the new speed of 45. The speed's 40, but it set me to the 45 because I have that variance in there. We're still just following the truck, so I've got no feet on the accelerators or brakes at the moment. We're just following that truck. Rough road here, and the car's doing really fine. That truck's going straight ahead, and we're going to turn. Right. Now I'm back to manual driving. And we're back in a 50 zone. Again, no signs, so it hasn't done that change for us. But now what you're seeing here is it's going to pick up the cars that are parked on the left-hand side of the road. So it's going to avoid them, but it's also looking for pedestrians and cyclists at the same time down that side, which is good. So now we're just going to head back to my house. You've got your pretty cool little reverse system up here, Leighton. You can see turning angle on this car isn't great. If you've driven a Toyota Kluger, it's pretty similar to that. They honestly, I think the Titanic turned better than this car and the Kluger, so that's something to get used to. If you're used to a tight turning circle, this doesn't have it. But yeah, that's pretty much a rundown of the driving of the car. Thanks.